Well, hello again. I just per viewing news on idiot box here, this computer, and I was looking at that, reading that story about how the Ohioans had rejected 60-something percent, 30%, the idea to change their constitution, so it took more people to ratify a change. And they're going to the polls, I guess, on some abortion rights issue. Now, I imagine the vote might be about the same as it was on this Constitution issue. I really don't care one way or the other. But it caused me to think. Years ago, I learned a term. Well, actually, it was in church that I learned the term because it was referring to God and to man, and how all judgment for sin with God was placed into the hands of the Son, Jesus Christ. And for man to judge sin of one another was wrong. Only God could judge if something was a sin. Man has right to protect himself from others, from injury or from loss of property, everything else. But that unrighteous dominion meant using your religion. In that case, it was God's ability or right to judge sin, but it goes all along. Unrighteous dominion meant using your beliefs to cause someone else to not be able to do something that they had a natural right to do. Now, this abortion issue, if anybody bothers to look, God's work won't be affected by anything here and now in this. But if it's unrighteous dominion to pass a law saying you cannot have an abortion, or you cannot smoke weed, or you cannot go out to the lake and boat on Sunday, that is unrighteous dominion. I don't care what religion you are. Don't care if it's Christianity, Islam, LGBTQ. That's a religion that now there was one I noted last, Freedom from Religion Foundation. That's the squalling about something to do with religion somewhere. That is a religion, actually. And if you go look at the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States, it says you ain't supposed to set up, at least not the federal government, and it should be in all the state constitution as well if they are a Republican form of government, because that means that everybody has the right to do all of their natural rights unless they impede or stop or negate the natural rights of others. Now you see, there was a word segregation. That word segregation meant to separate into different groups. You should look out at the natural world. The mule deer, they segregate. The white-tailed deer, if they live in the same area, it's not usually that common because they're a little different, but they segregate. And the white-tailed deer are more cityfied. They get around people more. Coyotes. Coyotes are very good at segregating because they stay to themselves, but they manage to live all in and amongst and around all kinds of people. Cities, big cities. Los Angeles County has a problem with coyotes. And they like to steal pets, dogs and cats and stuff, and have them for lunch. It's kind of neat. But anyway, you see what I'm saying. Now, we in this country are supposed to do that. Like there in Ohio, if there's a county, not the whole state, a county that doesn't want to have abortions, well, in that county, it ought to be able to have some kind of law in agreement with the state that no abortions will be performed in that county. Okay? Now, if the county next to it got a Planned Parenthood and 2 or 3 different kinds of places, and they want to allow abortions in their county, that's all right. If you don't want to live close around that kind of stuff, move over to that next county. No big deal. Now, there's all these things. See, it's this idea of liberty. Everybody has forgotten it. It's been homogenized down by the totalitarian loving socialist, communist, the fascists and everything else. Oh, there's only one way of doing this. It's this way. No, that's not right in the United States of America. It's the one peculiar nation. It's not a nation. It's the one peculiar landmass, the United States of America, because each state is an individual country, an individual nation, under the Constitution, which has been so corrupted that nobody knows what it is anymore. And that's all because of the lawyers. And you get to reading in the New Testament, pay attention. Them Pharisees and Sadducees that always gave that Jesus Christ such a bad time. Them fellers were all lawyers. Boy! Now in this country, it don't matter what you do, don't matter who you are, if you want to go against something that the elite or this minority specialized group or that specialized minority so-called group wants to do, lawyers going to give you all kinds of big trouble. Kind of amazing how history repeats itself. Same people come to the forefront. But you ought to look into that unrighteous dominion, because there's nothing in human belief processes that is not a religion. Do you realize, to be a U.S. citizen and live under the Constitution of the United States of America, that is a religion? The holy works are that U.S. Constitution. That's the gospel for the United States. Now, each individual state is supposed to have a Republican form of government that sort of mirrors with agreeable changes. One to the other, to whichever it's supposed to have. So each one of those state constitutions is a religion. You join that religion when you move to that state. That don't give you a right to bring your state, your religion from your state there and try to proselyte it in this new state. There's a lot of people, you look the way the Californians get blamed for moving into Oregon and Washington and into Nevada, into Arizona, into Utah, and into Texas and everything else. And they get complaints because they bring their ideas of socialist democratic government with them, and they proselyte it all over in these new states. That's not right. Think about it. Consider segregation. Consider liberty. Find out what it actually is. It's not what you think. It's freedom to do as you choose, as long as you don't interfere with that other individual's freedom and right to choose. Talk to you again. May God bless you and have a good day.